Well, this is the Brick2. The story behind the Brick2 is that back in 1994, I designed what I called a studio channel, which was a transformer input microphone preamplifier. And in order to make it easy to carry around and use for location recordings, I made it condensed, about the same size as a house brick. And in fact, that's where the name came from, because it became known as the Brick. Partly also because the thing is actually quite heavy. It's a bit of a lump. It was very successful, but quite difficult to build. The mechanical construction was complicated. Very recently, I thought it would be a good idea to revive the product, and hence the Brick2. And this is it. The comparison is, I'm showing a picture of the Brick1 now. Yeah, the comparison is obvious. The old Brick1, of course, was coloured green because it was a forerunner of the Joe Meek brand at that time. The Brick2, it's a transformer input microphone preamplifier with a compressor, which is this section, and an enhancer, which is this section. A harmonic enhancer, which introduces harmonics which are generated from the audio signal and just give it an enhancement. It's as simple as that, really. This recording is being made through, I'm using one of my old JM47 microphones into the Brick2, and that's the recording path, and up into Audacity in my computer. So you've got an input gain control, a compression circuit with a compression threshold control, a release control, and an output gain control. I've got the output gain control set to 0 dB, and I've got the signal path through to the Audacity rigged up so that you get the right level into Audacity when the output from the Brick2 is at 0. The compressor can be switched in and out, of course. There's a fast slow switch for the speed of the attack of the compressor, and there's a switch here which is the meter switch. At the moment it's showing VU, and if I press the switch it will now indicate compression, although there's no compression being applied at the moment. The enhancer section, there's a drive circuit, which is the amount of information that's being driven into the circuitry. A Q control, which is a sort of a width control, and an enhance control, where when you turn it clockwise, it's an enhancer. It adds harmonics, and if you turn it anti-clockwise, it actually subtracts harmonics. So it's like it can act, if it's handled very carefully, you can use it like a de-esser. So let's demonstrate the compressor. I'll switch the compressor in, and you will hear the gain drop. I'm just looking at the Audacity, and I can see that the gain has dropped considerably. Now it's compressing because you can see this LED flashing here. We'll have a look and see how much compression there is. Very little, just a bit. Now I'll increase the gain, and you'll hear it starting to compress. This is now up to, oh crumbs, about 10-15 dBs of additional gain, and you can hear how the average level has risen, and it's changed the character of my voice. The release time is at 200 milliseconds at the moment. If I decrease the release time, it will have a hardening, sharper effect like that. Now that's reduced the release time. If I increase the release time, then it works more like an automatic gain control. And so that's turned up now to about 300 to 350 milliseconds, about half a second. And now that's all it's doing is just controlling the sound gently. I'll switch the compressor off. Right. Whoops, I left the gain up too high. Now, let's put it back onto VU. Now I'll show the enhancer. I'll turn the enhancer on. The drive circuit I've put on, I've got some of my voice going into the drive circuit, hence this flashing LED here. And I'll just turn the enhancer up just a little, because this is a very critical thing. You can only use it with caution. I'll turn it up a little bit, and you can hear it starting to add sharp end harmonics to my voice. And that's anyway, there you go, that's the Brick2. On the back, let's turn it all down again, turn that off. There we are. Around the back, power input, which is AC, it's a 12 volt AC supply, separate. XLR and jack main outputs, two of them, so two outputs. And a line input, which in fact I'm not using, I needn't have left that in. And a microphone input, XLR. There's also a filter switch, which if I press this filter, that now reduces the low frequencies. That's switched in at the moment. I'll switch it out again, and you can hear the difference. And a pad, a 20 dB pad, which reduces the level by 20 dB. There, that's now down 20 dB, and that's now back up again. There you go. That's it. That's the Brick2.